YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you taking the time to click on the video today. It's greatly appreciated. If you haven't already or you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and leave a comment as well. It helps a bunch. We are here at Kennesaw State in our relegation and promotion style dynasty here in College Football 25. If you don't know what that means and you're new here, go ahead and go to the playlist and watch the first episode. I'll explain it. I think it was episode 3 or 4. You get to see it kind of in action, and quite honestly, you probably will see it in this episode or the very next one. So without further ado, let's hop in to where we're at here. We're in week 11. We got 2 games. We got this week, we got a bye next week, and then we got Charlotte, I think, to finish the year. We're currently 7-3. We belong to the Independents, so 7-3 in the Independents should get a promotion here at the end of the year. So we'll play the Arizona State game. We'll update recruiting next week during the bye week. Then we'll play Charlotte. And then if there's anything big during the Army-Navy week, we'll touch on recruiting again. And then we'll probably get a bowl game. So we'll play the bowl game. And then we will go from there. So let's hop into the Arizona State game.
Let's have it with a 1st and 10.
Defense has to step up here first in the game here. They're already... Alright, well, there's a touchdown. We'll just move on. Wow, that was bad. You don't see that route from the tight end very frequently, but nonetheless, defense seems to be better than that. We're going to throw it to Graves. It's going to be 4th and inches. This is probably where we go for it, to be quite honest.
Didn't get enough to move the sticks, but enough to leave them with the decision.
And the defense did a great job.
You have Ashton out of the back.
Into the football, get him on the ground, and you're right, he's 4th and short. That
Make
makes
this throw.
decision time.
You can. Wow. Great throw by Tomlinson. You know what? Maybe I don't give him enough credit. Maybe that's what it is. I do talk a lot of nonsense about him, which is very warranted. His arm strength is terrible. His accuracies are not good. But what he can do is this. It gives us that added element to our game. And it's a very important piece of our game, to be quite honest with you, because of how poor his arm is, quite frankly. But nonetheless, we pick up that 1st down. Now we're in the red zone. We can kind of settle down a little bit and get into what we like to do, which is run the football. Because that means we're better at it than throwing, quite frankly. But we are in the process of punching it in, tying the game up down the road, which would be a very solid win here on the road. Ashley can't fight his way in there. We do have a running back, a freshman. He has elite development, but he got hurt, so we're using Ashley, and then we got the guy that just scored, which... Sorry about the nonchalantness of the score, but I was in the middle of talking, so how rude of me to score when I'm talking.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air.
Sit on that.
Pressure.
Back there. Thank God we got there. All right, defense comes up big on that 3rd down. Then we give up a huge touchdown, and we're in trouble again. So, we're on the loading screen, you didn't get to see this, but on the loading screen, we're very evenly matched teams, and that's just not the case. Our overall is so loose for some reason. I don't know why. I have zero idea why we have an 82 overall team, because we're not an 82 overall team. no world.
Smothering the tight end.
No
This offense is
world.
going to try to find him in the
So,
passing game.
anyway,
A lot of different situations that time.
we got to find a way to get a stop here. If we go down 21-7 and Tomlinson has to sling the ball around, we're going to see a lot more turnovers as they throw it out of the end zone. And we live to see another day. There's no way they're overturning that, right? And they're going to go for it. All right, I love this. A little desperate at home, but I love it, actually. And we're not going to have the speed. Touchdown. Yeah, that's a really great call, actually. A really great call. We just don't have the athletes to get out there defensively. So, I mean, that was a very smart play call. Very smart play call by the Sun Devils. We're going to go ahead and hit our tight end. He lowers the boom. And gets us down into the red zone.
And I like it. Third down and
Can we convert down here again?
Get the field goal. We're not looking for three now.
That is the big question.
Trying to get a touchdown.
Back to pass. It's Tomlinson.
Not doing that. Why did I fail skate? Just don't do that in any other sequence. And I just don't. I don't bail that early.
Because they're elusive. Really good job.
It's not Kramer. Graves is going to get pushed out. He is another freshman. Doesn't have elite depth. I'm pretty sure he has impact. But another freshman that we are using quite frequently, and he gets stuffed again. Well, they went for it on fourth down. Ended up getting it. We go on fourth down, and of course, we run fourth and short, and we cannot pick it up. So we give the ball back. Just so annoying. We cannot run the ball on third or fourth and short, and we can't catch the ball on third and long. We are in shambles. They're looking to add more points before the half, too. They're going to pick it up on fourth. That's a holding, sir. Holy. All right. Not a great start by any means. 28-7. We are in the red zone, which is solid to start the third quarter. Well, midway through the third quarter. We run the power option to perfection. Ashley dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. The comeback. Is it real? It's not looking like it. Looks like they added a couple field goals. It is 34-14 late in the fourth quarter here. They're going for it again on fourth down. Might as well. They've been successful every other time. Oh man, defense is brutal in this one. 34-14. Not great. Not a good look. Not a good look. All right, Tomlinson 13-22, no touchdowns, no picks. Didn't turn it over, which is a big step for him. Only 137 yards, though. Ashley 16 for 111 and a touchdown. Tomlinson 10 for 55. Graves couldn't get anything on the ground. He did have a touchdown, though. Receiving-wise, we spread it out. We just don't have anybody really putting up big numbers. Defensively, Neely's Johnson, our junior middle linebacker, gets 11 tackles. Javen Williams, our solid corner, gets 8. Redding and Washington Jr. Gets 7 apiece. Tackles for loss, we were able to put together 6 of them, 2 from Westmoreland. Sacks 4 total, 1 for Scarver, Green, and Hobson, and then Hamilton and Westmoreland shared 1, and then Scarver got an interception as well. The sophomore left outside linebacker. So defense, just not enough plays. Offense, not enough points. And that's how you get a 34-14 L. All right, little update here on recruiting. Middle linebacker, Roland Marvin, run stopper. Not jumping off the page on really anything. 85 speed, but we really just 85 speed right now will be super fast on our defense. Another run stopper here with 86 speed. So another middle linebacker that we are looking to bring in. And then we have an athlete scrambler who has 85 speed, 86 throw power. This guy is definitely going to be moved from the quarterback position. Don't know where he's going to be yet. Right tackle, we're way ahead on kicker. We found a gem kicker, by the way. But we're up there. Louisiana's been chasing George Flanagan for a while. They do have him on campus this week, so this is going to be a make or break week for this recruitment as they have him on campus. Eric Connor has really slowed down. UMass and Toledo both still have recruiting visits coming up here in the next couple weeks, but it's kind of just where we're at with him. And then Kikana is slowly getting recruited. 82 speed is pretty solid. I'm not really worried about losing the gem. We have three recruits. We've lost on these two, which I really want to know what their development traits are. That's why they're still on the board. And then we went down and we got some positions that are in need right now. So, and we did some shuffling around on some of the hours before we went ahead and showed you this. So as you can see, we have been we're in pretty good shape on the majority of these guys that we have on our board so far. All right, week 13 recruiting trail. We have a recruit going to UMass. So that's a big game for recruiting wise, and this is a really big game. Charlotte is 8-3. They're 8-2 in their conference. So we really need to make sure we show up. We're on a 2-game losing streak. We need to see if we can steer this ship. We should be bowl eligible, but being an independent, that might be a little bit more difficult to make a case at 7-5 opposed to an 8-4. So we'll have to see what we can do.
They line up with some serious
First look we get against Charlotte is our defense is on the field. It's stuck on a D tackle.
He'll try to do it himself.
We got 0 help on that one. That's crazy. No player lock, no heat seeker, no nothing. No magnetization on the tackle. The ball's out. Oh, we get the chase down strip. What a big turnover by the defense. What great hustle by the big fella.
And each team has made donations to the other defense. I mean, we talk about this all week, taking care of the football. Both offenses, a little bit out of rhythm, turning the football over. Got to do a better job of finding a way to maybe make some plays.
I'm going to go ahead and run the slot option and the speed. What a play. We need to make sure that, okay, that one is favored. That went to perfection. Not that it's going to every time, but it did at that particular play. We are here on a first quarter drive, so try to kickstart the game. As you maybe heard the announcers, that our turnover was in occurrence. That's the wrong word. Long story short, our offense turned the ball over. My lord, my brain is locked up big time. So our offense turned it over. Defense went ahead and got it back for our offense as our left guard just didn't decide to block anybody. I thought we were going to be running for a while, but I guess not. Instead, it's going to be 3rd down. Got to use Tomlinson's speed. We're going to pick up the 1st down. just couldn't trust either tight end there. A, to get the ball to them. B, for them to catch it, quite frankly. So offense is moving in this first quarter drive, trying to set the tone here on the road. Ashley's going to wait for that block. He's going to truck his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. For being 8-3, there's barely anybody in the stands here at Charlotte. It's kind of disrespectful to the football program. But I understand an independent Kennesaw State probably doesn't really move the needle for people to come to a football game. So that I can understand. Finals week's probably approaching. I'm going to go a little RPO. We're going to pick up the first down, but we make a stop there after the first down. Isaiah Miners picks that up for the Charlotte Miners. Or are they 49ers? Going to go to the tight end. It's going to be a short gain there for Charlotte. I'm just going to go Charlotte. I can't remember what their mascot is right here. Defense comes up with a big stop there on second down, with the running game being a non-factor right now. We're going to hit that drag. We're not going to be fast enough. Oh, I should have just carried that with my user. It's frustrating. Frustrating.
The offense set for a first down play.
All right. Offense back on the field. Did we get another first quarter drive? What is happening? I'll tell you one thing. This left guard is going to really irritate me. That's what's going to start happening. It's his second play that he just hasn't blocked. Guess what? Running right back to him, so you can see for the third time's the charm, and he decides to block somebody. He's going to double. That time I've centered him to get to the next level. Good Lord almighty. Just catch it. Or not. I possession catched it. Caught it. Possession caught it. Not catched it. What a punt. Not a very pretty looking drive there. Not a pretty looking drive at all. So we'll see if our defense can hold them. Looked like they did. And then looked like we scored. They scored again. 21-7. Third and inches. How much you want to bet that we do not get this? Wow, he actually was able to block on a short yardage situation. Crazy. Then we go ahead back-to-back plays, not getting anything. See if we can get Ashley here in the screen. The last screen worked to perfection as we scored a touchdown. And look at this. Another one's going to find the end zone. Ashley, touchdown, Owls. What a big play on third down. Our defense, oops, didn't mean to skip that. Defense is getting marched on now, though. So Charlotte's looking to get him. Thank you. They're going to have to settle for a field goal. Should be good there. It's at home. So it is 24-14. We got just under a minute 50. See what we can do. Why are there three people right next to each other? Tomlinson's going to take off. He's going to pick up a bunch of yardage there. He has 41 rushing yards here already in the game. Do we have the arm strength? Nope. It's going to be short. We had the step, just didn't have the arm strength to get it over. There's the weakness of Tomlinson again. The brilliance with the scramble, the weakness of the arm throw. They read that screen. I mean, yeah, we've killed them with screens, so it's not surprising that they read that one. You should be. I thought that guy was going to undercut that and pick it. That would have been insane. That's why I stopped. I apologize. That's why I stopped talking. I was about to start losing my mind. All right, can Wallace win here in the slot early? We're going to give him a chance, and that's a great play by their corner. Really solid play. Oh, fine. Can we run a slant?
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10.
Tomlinson's going to only get 3. Sorry, I was trying to make adjustments, and they just obviously weren't working very well. So, all right, let's get Wallace here in the slot again, see if he wins this time. Oh, safety's over the top picked. Yep, throwing away points before the half. Unbelievable. That was just a horrible read by me. I mean, it wasn't even a read. Defense gives up a bunch more points. Offense goes and gets points. Yeah, defense is atrocious right now. 45 to 22. Oh, and Tomlinson's hurt. Oh, yeah, it's game over. Game over. Oh, my God. 15-9. I guess I can take control of it.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple
Tutton was the starter at the beginning of the year. He was a better thrower of the football than Tomlinson, but he just doesn't have that escapability that we like from Tomlinson. And not able to run our offense. So you'll see here that he's not fleet of foot. And they're on cue. Fumbles on a quarterback run. We're going to just go ahead and skip that and get out of here. 59 to 22. Awful. All right. Well, holy. 10 to 22 for Tomlinson, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. 9 for 18 from Tutton, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. Only 19 carries. I mean, realistically, 11. 10 for 29. 1 fumble from Ashley, which is, we just can't have that from him. We did have 3 guys over 80 yards receiving. Again, we just spread the ball out quite often. I mean, that's the one thing that we do well offensively through the air. Isaac Ball, the sophomore, for free safety, 10 tackles. Washington Jr., again, I can't say enough about this kid. He was a transfer we brought in, and he's been so good. Second on the team is 7 tackles. Johnson with 6. 5 tackles for loss. We had 2 sacks. Westmoreland wasn't one of them. Denelius Johnson gets an interception today, but obviously with the score, 59 points, not good enough. But offense turned the ball over a bunch, gave a lot of short field. So, all right, only real big news on the recruiting front here in Week 13 is Roland Marvin, the 3-star run-stopping linebacker commits, as well as Dexter Singletary, the scrambler, who is going to be moved somewhere on the defense, more than likely with 85 speed, probably an outside linebacker. We're still in battles down here with some of these guys. The big ones are the left guard at Harper. We're really having to pour points into the halfback. Boston College and Penn State now are both kind of coming after him. BC's on this run or this quarterback as well. We don't have them scouted, so we really don't know much. But these top guys, I mean, Louisiana's still there. But with their visit, nothing really changed much. UMass had a really good visit last week, which I'm assuming is going to cause Connor to go there. It's just kind of, it carries momentum most of the time. So that's recruiting at that point. All right, awards 2025 Heisman Trophy winner, Jalen Daniels, 3,600 yards on the nose, 42 touchdowns and 3 picks. It's a pretty solid year. Looks like we don't get any awards, but we do get a bowl game against the Akron Zips, the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. At least we get to go to a fun place. Close to home. Akron has to travel all the way across the nation. We did fire our defensive coordinator, so we need to find one. He was a scheme guru, but that's just not what we need right now. So we're going to be looking for a D coordinator that is a motivator, and has a good pipeline. The central, yeah, it looks like this is going to be the guy. We're not going to hire him. So Gentry, just remember AJ Gentry. Maybe he's not going to be there, but the longer you wait, the better coaches pop up most of the time. So we're going to test that strategy for sure. But we're going to hop into this good Lord, this bowl game against Akron. And we will see if we can end the year on a high note. I didn't show you this part. As our offense takes the field, they are a 74 rated team. And Tomlinson's still hurt as Tootin underthrows the ball, who is supposed to be the better thrower of the two. As I mentioned in the last game when I noticed he was in, he was the starter for the first 2 games. And he was just brutal. Picked. Let's go. Is that Jalen Williams? Struggle with no names on the back. Oh, man. But anyway, Tootin was the starter. We couldn't run options and stuff with him in there. So, as the ball goes right through our tight end's hands, oh my goodness. These poor fans that decided to show up for this bowl game. Oh, 2 just horrible teams going at it. Just brutal as we take a 3-0 lead. Oh, man. Well, the one thing is, though, is I'm going to more than likely stand in the pocket and try to get something done, opposed to scrambling every time. But it's not looking like that's going to bode well for us. And it really takes away a very dynamic portion of our offense as we kick another field goal to make it 6-0. One solid thing is, without our D coordinator, our defense is playing very well. Alright, 3rd and 13. We're going to throw it over the top. We get another pick. Don't run out. What are we doing? EA, please, for 26, fix that. Please fix it. As the Akron Zips take the lead, I accidentally hit the wrong button again. It looked like we got another turnover, though. Why do I keep hitting the wrong? I keep hitting B, and I don't mean to. It is 10-6. Defense needs this stop here, get the ball back to our offense to give us a chance to go down and take the lead. They got a touchdown instead. Oh, I just saw it developing. Not ideal. 2:15 coming up on the 2-minute timeout. We need two scores. There's one of them. What a catch by the slot receiver to give us a chance here. They do end up having to punt. Just under a minute 40 left. We need to score a touchdown. We have 2 more timeouts left. Wow. They try to throw it? I did not see that guy to my right. I thought we could get out to the outside. A minute 30 left to win the game. See what we can do here. I really don't like this play call against this defense. See if Benyard can win, and then we're going to send Wallace down the middle of the field as well. Didn't trust either one, so we're just going to drop it off to the slant. We're going to pick up a bunch of yards. He's taking care of the ball so far today. That was one of his big issues. He couldn't run the option. He couldn't take care of the ball. And we end up taking a sack, which isn't the end of the world, right? We're trying to run down the clock. We're going to look at Wallace here. We're not going to get anything. Tootin going to be 3rd and 13. I thought that was going to be picked. I thought that was the interception. I thought that was the interception. And it comes down to this. Can Benyard win off the line? We're going to give him a chance. And we're not going to get it. And that's going to be the game. We are going to lose to Akron here in the New Orleans, R&L Express Bowl. They're going to punt it. Oh, they punted it out of bounds. Can you imagine we return that? So we end on a 5-game losing streak to finish 7-6. Our starting quarterback did get hurt. I do truly think we win this game easily with Tomlinson, and even against Charlotte probably. 15 for 35, we couldn't run the ball at all today. Moss had 94 yards on 5 catches. Wallace had 5 catches as well, and that touchdown. Defensive, how many sacks did I just say? Oh, not nearly as many as I thought. Okay, well, 5 is still way too many, but defensively, Halen, senior corner tried to come and play. 6 for Paul and Hobson. Host at 5. We got about 7 tackles for loss and no sacks. We got 3 interceptions. 1 from Jericho Washington Jr. I've been gloating about him all year. Markel Redding, and then Javen Williams was the one that we had that I didn't know the back of their jersey. So, corners played well. Just not enough offense. Only 12 points. Not a great look at all. All right, before we forget, we're going to go ahead and look at the conference champions and who's going to be moving up and who's going to be moving down. So what typically happens is, and Illinois is number 3 in the nation. That's disgusting. So what happens is the top 2, so the 2 that get into the conference championship, they get to move up a conference. The bottom 2 of the conference get to move down a conference. So that's kind of where we're at. With a tiebreaker such as these 2, we typically just go with the bottom one. What I do actually is go and I look if did Liberty beat Arizona. So that happens when I go through the relegation stuff. But right now we're just gonna go over and just show Charlotte wins the American. So Arkansas State and Charlotte get to move up, and UMass and San Jose State get to move down. In the Big 12, Kentucky, number 5, Kentucky, and Kansas State. Minnesota, rebound year. They get up to 8-4 in the Big 12, which is solid. But Kentucky and Kansas State get to move up a conference. Washington and Colorado drop a conference in the Big 10. Ohio State and Texas A&M are the 2 at the top, so they get to stay in the Big 10 because the Big 10 is the top of the nation in conferences. South Carolina and Miami. Whew. They moved down. I think those are the 2 that moved up, if I remember correctly. So they just get absolutely wiped in the Big 10. New Mexico wins Conference USA. Tulsa gets to move up as they were in the conference championship. And then we have because Central Michigan only played 11, they're dropping. No, I'm just kidding. So there's a 3-way tie here with 3 wins. So we'll have to see who drops with Northern Illinois out of that one. The FBS Independents, UTEP's ahead of us because they ended up beating us, I'm pretty sure. They lost 4 straight games. But we go by record, so 7-6, 4-8, 3-9, 2-10. UL Monroe and Kent State, I would guess, stay because Conference USA is the lowest one. Actually, Kent State gets to go up too. I'll explain that a little bit later. Temple and Georgia Southern get to move up from the MAC. Colorado State and Air Force and Ball State are all tied with 4-8, so we'll see which two of those get to drop to the to the Conference USA. The Mountain West, Florida Atlantic wins the Mountain West over Texas State. They both get to move up. Western Kentucky and Wyoming, and then Georgia Tech and Western Kentucky are tied at 2 and 6 in that conference. So we'll see. We'll have to go through tiebreakers to see who drops down in that one. Cincinnati, Washington State both make the Pac-12 championship, so they get to move up. Maryland and BYU drop out of the Pac-12. The SEC. USC, who is number 1, had the Heisman Trophy winner, beats Clemson in the conference championship game. So these two get to move up to the Big Ten. And Wisconsin, Virginia Tech, and Purdue are all tied at 4-8. So one of these 3 teams will drop with Oklahoma State. And finally, the Sun Belt. Why did they only play 6 conference games? That's odd. I'll have to check that. Anyway, Marshall, and then we have five teams at 5 and 3. Yeah, this one's going to be an interesting one. Louisiana somehow made the conference championship, it looks like. But these 3 had 9 wins. So I'll have to kind of look into that one. Wake Forest is dropping from the Sun Belt. And then we'll have... These guys only played 6 too. What the heck? And then we'll have to look between these 3. It's looking like Arizona State just because of their record. But again, we go head-to-head in different things in the conference. So that is kind of the look of what changes are going to be made. I'll show you more exactly what happens as we get there. That is going to be the episode today. We got through the rest of the season, so next episode will be us finding a defensive coordinator, finishing our recruiting through the transfer portal, and then I'll make sure to get all those conference changes, and then we'll go through those and show you the spreadsheet and all that different stuff that goes into that in the next episode. I greatly appreciate you clicking on the video today. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and leave a comment. It helps a bunch. I appreciate all the support, as always. I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.